Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about a bunch of tournament results over the past few weekends. We had 4 different Spring Fests, the Vanguard Deluxe in Malaysia, a Trail VGCS, as well as the WCC VGCS held here in Perth. If you guys need any coaching, feel free to hit me up at Metafy. My link is in the bottom right hand corner. Feel free to book a session and we can get started. So looking at the Mexico V Premium results, we don't actually have the standard ones. So I'm guessing they will be coming sooner or so, maybe. But yeah, we've got the V Premium results here. First place team took Night Rose, Luard, and Enigman. Enigman seems to be this deck that I guess pops up like once in a while. And you know, it's a deck that people have to respect, and sometimes it can just snatch wins. Second place team brought Daihozan, Gurguit, and Reindeer, so I'm guessing Highlander. Third was Luard, Tavas, and Gurguit, and then fourth with Jewel Knights, Anj, and Tavas. So congratulations to all the teams there. And then Mexico Premium, this is where I guess diversity hits. So first place was El Trabuco de Pernambuco with Eradicators, NLK, and Gurguit. MAL second place with DP, Ghidorah, and Jewel Knights. Third was Los Magios with Hanzo, Flagberg, so I'm guessing Flagberg Colony, and Highlander. And then fourth place was Red Hawks with Vanquisher, Overlord, and Spino Driver. So lots of, you know, diversity there, and with a consolidated environment with you know, people and the local scene, that's kind of what you expect to see. You know, all these players wanting to play really fun decks that kind of shape their personality. This is where it really shines in the team format. Jumping into other parts of Americas, so this is Rosemont. So we had Please Win coming first, and yeah, they actually won with Eva, Jet, and Welstra. Second was the 2%ers with Nirvana, Mahanirvana, Overlord, and Eva. Third was Okasan with Jet, Youthberg, and Eva. And then fourth was Team Bear Claw with Jet, Youth, and Minerva. Probably the only highlight one is the Mahanirvana, which is probably a deck that is quite outdated now. And, you know, to see it come second, you know, shows a lot. So I'm actually pretty curious to see what the score of the Mahanirvana player was. So if anyone knows what their personal score was, let me know down in the comments. We don't have the, I guess, nice looking pie charts for V, but we do see, I guess, a simple breakdown of what the decks are. Predominantly Luard, Astropods, and then like a few one-offs here and there. But the first place team brought Luard, Gurguit, and Overlord. Second place was a Battle Sister, Melody, and the Ripple. The Ripple player is one of my Metafy students, so congratulations to him, putting in a lot of work and, you know, very, very close to getting that win. So congratulations, buddy. Third place was a Luard, Leopold, and Shahara Amon. And then fourth place was a Messiah, Witches, and Astropods. So very diverse, a lot of things going on in V, and, you know, some of these tier 2 decks can jump up and just snag the wins against the tier 1 decks as well. So yeah, this is the Ripple deck of the Metafy student, of my Metafy student, playing non-Thavas decks. And I think it really emphasizes how much of an impact this card is, able to find you, you know, your ride-up targets. And that is very, very crucial, especially if you're playing Ripples as well. But otherwise, everything is very stock standard. Playing the 3-1 split in the Sentinels. Otherwise, big beat sticks, multi-attacks, Aqua Force things. So yeah. And then Premium. So congratulations to Kevin Cho, Albert, and Darius coming first place. WCC with Darius, with Highlander, Thavas, and Maidens. And then second place was Anyway Baja Blast coming with Regalia, Maidens, and Eradicators. And then this one is a spicy one. So third place Sack Attack with a LOX, a Maiden, and an NLK. And then fourth was Team Triggered with a Rising Nova, Jewel Knights, and Maiden. So we're going to look at the LOX deck. And funnily enough, it's nothing super special, other than the LOX, the 4 LOX package with the Rotting Usurp Dragon. So essentially what you do is you ditch the Usurp Dragon, try to fish it out using Mikei Saburo, and then, you know, you have your parakeets, try to find them, ditch them, and then when you ride onto LOX, pretty much you revive them back, and then at the end of turn, when the grade 3s die, which you kind of want them to die because they come back on the next turn, draw a bunch, retire a bunch, and that's pretty much how it kind of works with the stride rulings as well. So yeah, pretty interesting concept. Nothing, you know, super out of the ordinary. Kind of like a Big Belly in a way, but obviously very restricted to grade 3s in comparison to any rear guards as such. But then, you know, you tack on extra retires and what. So yeah, very, very cool concept. Jump into Spain. So we have Brexit Among Us coming first place with Jet, Wellstra and Eva. And then Tenemos Un Plan with Jet, Youth and Seraph. Third place was Waifu and Dragons with Jet, Eva and Lutetia. And then Over and Soul with Flagberg, Jet and Lutetia. Very, very meta relevant decks, probably other than the Seraph Snow. But this is pretty much exactly what you expect to see in the top tables for Standard. Jumping into V, we had first place bringing a Loire, Jewel Knight, and Maiden. Maiden, surprisingly, because obviously the Enterana is banned in V. So very interesting to see that Maidens even get a touch in V. So yeah, very, very surprising. Second place was Tavas, Vanquisher, and Loire. Third was Hello Happy World. I'm guessing it's probably the same player that kept playing Hello Happy World in the previous circuits. Jewel Knights and Tavas, and then fourth was Battle Sisters, Leopold and Melody. Melody, a deck that is rising up again, seeing top placements, so very, very cool to see. And then Premium, so we had singles for this one, so I'm guessing not enough teams came up. So David Gerardo coming first place with Flagberg Colony. Second place was Daniel Zabala with Grand Blue. Third was Hector Garcia with Rising, and then fourth was Jesus or Jesus Lopez with Overlord. So yeah, that is the Spain results. So jumping to another country, this time to Asia, into Vietnam. Standard top 4, so SPTC Vodic with Kyrie, Overlord, and Minerva. And then Buden del Mayo with Barra Magnus, Chronojet, and Eva. Ashura coming third with Wellstra, Vireman's Bruce, the first Vireman's Bruce top in the western side, and Jet. And then Chaotic, Guilty Emperors with Youthberg, Overlord, and Jet. Pretty meta dominant. Obviously, maybe outside of the Kyrie, the Barra Magnus, those two. But you know, everything else is pretty carried by two meta decks in each team composition. So going into V Premium for Vietnam, we have Hill Anh Em with Anj, Yasui, and Tavas. Skybreaker coming second with Shahara Amon, Anj, and Eradicators. Third was Didn't Read Again with Anj, Gurgwit, and Nairos. And then fourth was Donkey with Raging, Yasue, and Gurgwit. Across the board, pretty meta relevant decks. I think a lot of them came from Butterfly to Moonlight, especially the Yasue. So all of these decks kind of like creeping back up again, just shows, you know, these tier 2, used to be tier 2 decks, are now like tier 1.5 and can take the game in V Premium. And V Premium is in this kind of lull at the moment where there's not really much going on. So, you know, sometimes you just whack a bunch of crits, whack a bunch of triggers, and then you just win. So yeah, very cool to see the V Premium side. And then for Premium, we have Buden del Mayo again with another top. So this time coming first with Arads, NLK, and Tavas. Second place was Chaotic, Guilty Emperors with Chaos, Nightmare Doll, and Overlord. 99% OT check coming third with a Reindeer and a Blau, which is very interesting. And Minerva, and then Gumsun Bicha with Fenrir, Rising, and Ghidorah. So we're going to look at that Blau deck. So this is pretty interesting. So how this deck kind of operates is you use Mega Flare so that you re-ride down into grade 2 and then Soul Blaster grade 3 so you don't re-ride it as rest. And ways to Soul Blaster is you use the Trans Riser to Soul Blast 2, counter charge 1 to refund the costs for your CB. Otherwise, everything else is just kind of as it is. You have the Blau engine to pretty much ride up, multiple excels, but you want to focus on the Mega Flare going into the Dual Flare in the first ride-ups, and then riding back down into your 2s. There are other ones like Burst Razor, where if your Vanguard attacks, you can Callus 1, Soul Blast 1, meaning you can Soul Blast a grade 3, and then, you know, don't have the condition to re-ride a grade 3, and then you sit on 2 and then just keep riding down. So very interesting concept, but the only problem with this is that the draw engine, not very good in comparison to some of the other ride down decks, but still a very interesting concept. But yeah, the G zone's kind of the same, and then you're just playing the grade 2 game, pretty much riding up, riding down, and yeah, that's pretty much what the deck does. So yeah, very cool, interesting concept. And the tournament that kind of blew the waters a little bit across the whole world at the moment is Vanguard Deluxe in Malaysia. So 2 Ebisu, 2 Chronojet, 1 Eva, 1 Gandiva, 1 Messiah, and 1 Majesty Lord. And the Majesty Lord came third, with Ebisu and Gandiva taking first and second, with Messiah coming fourth. And I think a lot of people were pretty, you know, mind blown at what this deck did. So we're just gonna look at the list and what it really does. It's pretty simplistic, to be honest. You play the 1 Maple so you can revive it. You play 4 of the cycle card. The cycle card is very, very strong for Keter. So you can like manipulate your top deck, free calls, and then you also have the OT order, but everything else just kind of stays the same. Nothing else is super, I guess, mind-blowing about the deck. But just the fact that, you know, this deck went, I think it was like 10-0 or I don't know, something ridiculous to come third place. Like that is wild to me. So yeah, that's the list available on VG Paradox. If you guys are interested in the list, the link is there to this deck. And then the last one is the WCC VGCS that happened here in Perth. This pie chart is missing Overlord, so my apologies for that. Or yeah, we'll try to maybe modify this if it's even relevant anymore. But every single team in the top 4 cut brought a jet, with 2 Evas, 1 Youthberg, 1 PBO, 1 Baramagnus, 1 Hexaorb, 1 Mediell, and 1 Dragonic Overlord. The end. So you can see how dominant Chronojet is, and then you can see the trends as well. A lot of these teams put Jet in the A seat. So the winning team, 1 Curry Puff, 2 Spring Roll, winning with Jet, Overlord, and Youth. Show us the future that we want. Coming second with Jet, Eva, and Mediell. Mediell, this deck was actually pretty crazy. I was watching the player play. He was the V Premium champion for Sydney last year, playing Prism, and Jesse, the Mediell player, was an absolute beast. Pretty much called this rearguard that could like restand or something with crit. It was pretty nuts. So yeah, that was really cool. 2.5 Asians with Hexaorb, PBO, and Chronojet. The PBO player went, I think, undefeated in Swiss and versed 3 Evas and beat all of them. So that deck profile is covered on this channel, so feel free to look at the previous videos that I released. I think it was the most recent one, pretty much detailing how the deck operates and what he played to essentially counter the meta at the moment. And then 4th place was SSS with Jet, Eva, and Baramagnus. So yeah, that's pretty much all the results that we have over the past few weekends. This weekend, if you are in WA Perth here in Australia, make sure you guys come to Tokyo Alley. It's happening in 2 days. Make sure you come. There is a massive Vanguard Championship worth $1,500 worth of prizes. Make sure you come in, join in, and have a lot of fun. It's in an anime pop culture convention, an artist alley called Tokyo Alley. Make sure to come in and tune in. The results will be, I guess, showcased in the next following weeks. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys like this video, pop a like, comment down below what you guys think of the results, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.